Well, hello. February the 7th, another week. Have I done 7 models? I've done some more. I've done more. I kind of did 8 models and then I did a surprise 10 last night. Don't ask. So we're going to look at them. Got one model I'm really quite pleased with. Some models I didn't want to paint, but I painted anyway. And some models I didn't even think I was ever going to get around to painting. And especially in the colour I ended up painting them in. So we got a little bit of a left wing. Is left wing the right word these days? Who knows? Bit of a turn. I got a model that I 3D printed many years ago, and it's a robot. And I did it for my World War II Americans. A robot in your World War II Americans? What are you on about, Matt? There you are. So I did that, and then I did some. What's it called? Underworlds, Warhammer Underworlds. And then I finished it off with some sci-fi models for a bit of a change, that can be used for all sorts of different games. Just sort of small skirmish games from OSC. I need to do a video on OSC at some point. Space Station Zero maybe. Yeah, just another games like that. So we'll see. So anyway, less of my ugly mug and more of me bad painting. Is it bad painting? Let me know down below. How bad is my painting? And here we are. All those models. What are we looking at? Right. So we're going to take these away. Get out of here. I love plastics. You can just grab them. You couldn't do this in metals, could you? Back in the day. You just end up scraping the plastic off. Right. So this dude first. Dun dun dun. Let's get some light on here. Is my light working? There we go. Right, I'm going to bring over the light. Back a bit maybe. So this is a 3D print, and I believe it's Iron Man from the first film, possibly, or at least based on the cartoon that they did. Which I don't watch cartoons. I can't watch cartoons, they just drive me nuts. I don't know why, cartoons, but yes. So, a few decals which really kind of had a bit of style to him. The American flag, obviously, a bit of ID number there. USA! Because it's for my Americans, isn't it? It's called The Bomb. So I thought it was quite a fun name for him. And also it's what I had on a decal. If I had a different name on a decal, he'd have been called Lucy or whatever. How big is he? Well, compared to a 28mm model, he is that big. So he's pretty big. You can imagine someone inside the actual body of that, sort of powering it or controlling it, or it just being a mechanical wonder. So yeah, groovy. So quite enjoyed that. So that's the first model I painted in this last 7-day stretch. Next was, dun dun dun, these guys. So what have we got here? So this is for Underworld. Now I think this is the box. This is the box that I was given by a shop a while back. They had like they were told to return the barcodes or something, and then they got it kind of credited onto their account. So I said, "Oh, just have the box." So I did, quite gladly. But I was like a bit. I got this box and another box. I don't know. I was a bit like, I don't know if I actually like them. I don't know if I want them. Flesh eaters. And then I sort of read a bit more about the flesh eaters from like articles. And I really started to like the fact that they're completely mad and mental, because that's what I am. So, yeah. And I kind of got this belief that they are royalty or sort of thing. So, I kind of knocked them together a while ago with my son. So they aren't the best built, so there are a few, you can see they're not, all the gaps aren't filled and stuff like that. It kind of shows, but it's, I did it with my son. In the end of the day, the idea with my son is to have a bit of fun with building them rather than getting them built perfectly. So I do apologise for those perfectionists. But I painted them with contrasts, and they were an absolute joy to paint. And one of the things I do like to do when I'm painting is I like to paint with either a white or bone contrast before I start painting. So I've got like this undercolour under everything, which kind of is extra sort of depth of shade. So I watched a video on somebody else watched another video on somebody else painting some of these, and they did the bone undercut like I would, and then they went on top with Griff Charger grey, and it makes this green colour when it mixes with it, and it looked really good. So that's what I did, and they look fantastic. I left the bits out that were bone, obviously, because they're bone. I used a bit of ray shade here and there, just to sort of like add a bit of extra depth. But generally, oh, lots of blood. Of course, lots of blood. My son wanted lots of blood, so we got lots of blood there. Blood for the blood god. The video I watched suggested not using blood for the blood god. They suggested using a dark red contrast, but I don't have any of that. So I used blood for the blood god, but I mixed it with some water, and I think that works really well. I think blood for the blood god is generally too thick, but it's probably the right thickness for some things, like when you want to paint streams of blood or whatever, or a pool of blood on the floor. But when you want to put a bit of blood damage on the weapons and whatnot, mix a bit of water in, and it looks great. So again, got a bit of, so I kind of drip some blood across the base here. A lot of contrasts. I like this one. I could have really done the hands more bloody, but I kind of, rather than painting wood on the bits of the handles of these weapons, I just kind of just kept it metal and then just pulled the blood right up to the wrists and the fists. But yeah. Ooh. Right. So I only just got home, so I had a chance to properly clean up everything before doing the video, and the kids can be home soon. So there we are. And the last one, I like this one actually. This is quite cool. He's got the hand. Look at that. So dead body on the floor. Again, bit of blood, bit more blood, and then some more blood. Works really well. Yeah, very pleased with them. So yeah, I really want to play Underworlds now. It's my second team I've painted for Underworlds. So I got the Chaos dudes painted and those painted, and I got the cards for them. I still haven't found the missing member of my Godsworn hunt. It's the lady with the spear. If anyone's got the lady with the spear or knows of a model that would be a good proxy for her, please let me know, because I'm going a little bit mad. So, oh, bats. This wasn't meant to be in themselves, but these are the bats. Kept them very simple, but again, bit of fun. But I went for like a grey blue, because if I went black, it would not really have shown up very well on the table. So these are the next ones I did. These are from a mantic game called Mars Attack, and I forgot what they're called now, but they're basically a bunch of mercenaries from space that come down. I might come back and revisit them sometime and do some highlights on the weapons with some metals and that, but because they're sci-fi, I didn't really worry. I could go back and do the eyes, but again, these are just gaming pieces really, just for some games to try out. So I've got some models for them. They might even just be NPCs, they might just be my warband that I take into a battle. I'm not 100% sure yet, but they were sprayed red. The idea was always to paint them red, and then I went grey. So it's mostly a Space Wolf grey contrast. This red didn't come out very well here, so I might go back over that at some point, highlight it up or something. I might go back and highlight some of these bits, put some eyes in them and whatnot, but for what they are, they're good. The bases, no time spent on the base at all, just literally painted the bases a very, very light grey. And then I just gave them an ink wash of Nuln oil, and then let the Nuln oil just dry the way it dries. So I wasn't too worried, because one idea I've got at the moment is I might take them off these bases and put them on clear bases, but they're varnished, When they're varnished, as far as I'm concerned, they're done. So they're usable like that. If I want to spend some time at some point putting them on clear bases, then so be it. But for the moment, I'm not going to invest my time that way. If I get a few games in and the terrain starts saying, yeah, let's give them some nice bases, or I get some sort of the look going for them, or I get a spaceship built and I want to do a clear base, then I'll go and do a clear base. But yeah, so that's this week. So planning to do 7 models a week, 7 days a week, 7 models. So these are 10. Push over that way. These guys, this warband is 7. She's quite a big warband for Underworlds. So that's 17 if you add 10 and 7 together, unless the universe has changed. And then there's one here, which classifies as 1. We always say every model counts as 1, even the big ones and the small ones. So, I've forgotten the numbers now. Just 18 models painted, 18 in 7 days. So every day this year so far, I've painted more than 1 model. What I'll try and do next week is I'll try and do a total. I've no idea what I'm going to be painting this week. No idea at all. I was thinking about painting some more Mars Attack. I'm going to see if I can do a Mars Attack force for Xenos Rampant with the models I've got. I've got 20 standard warriors and I got a few other different sorts of units like the scientists and the stealth unit. So if using, I should do inferior because you don't need that many models for Xenos Rampant. But if I got enough to make a decent, a fun looking force, then I'll put them to one side and I'll get them painted. So I got on a Xenos Rampant force using Mars Attack. And that also means that I got models from Mars Attack. So yeah, pretty good. So I've enjoyed that. Like I say, nothing's happened with my my Godsworn Hunt. This is these guys here. I need the glass with the spear. She's missing. I've got a funny feeling that she's disappeared permanently because a few things got thrown out a while back, and she might have accidentally got into something that went into the thing that got thrown out. So I've got yeah, we've got that horrible gut feeling. That's what I've got. So yeah. Did I show you these last time? Got this dude. Look at that. So I've got to paint him at some point. And this dude here, which I think is from the Keltos range. So I love this model. So obviously they're going to get big ginger beards. So until next week, that was a quick one for you. Have fun, keep painting. If you want me to do any videos on how I did certain things, ask below, please do. Please feel free to ask anything. Well, nearly anything, you know, within reason. Don't ask about socks. Ask anything down below. Hit the like if you want me to carry on doing this. If you're interested in how I'm doing this year with my 7 models a week or more. It seems to be doing more than 7 models a week, which is pretty good. But that might mean that one week I can just go and do 1 model. And do a really nice model maybe 1 week. I'd like to do that at some point. I've not really given myself a chance to sort of labour, love and time into 1 model for a long time. So that would be quite fun. I have got some dragons to build and paint, so that might be a possibility. Right, till next week. Ciao for now.